Okay, we are live. I'm doing this in a different way than I had been doing it before. Um, I'm doing a screen capture instead of doing the video using my old J3 cell phone for camera. Excuse me. Um, we're live, I believe. I've done a few tests. This is actually still a system test. First off, my name is Verde Arbusto. This is the Schumann Resonance Harmonics channel on YouTube and on Facebook. There's not going to be any music this time. This is a system test. The music is what it is. Not everyone likes the music. I think having some that don't have any music on it is probably a good idea. This one here is a first test of the new system. I'm using the microphone on the computer, and it kind of gives it a funny sound. Like I said, this is the first time I'm doing this, even though I've done a bunch of tests, so I know that this is actually working. And eventually there's a webcam that I can have kind of superimposed over on it, and I'm going to work with it. But just first, doing this the simplest one first. So anyway, all right. So I have my, trusty pointer here. I did the same thing as Wages World. I'm making trails. All right. So, I'll read through what I have here. This is the 6th of October, observations on the Schumann resonance harmonics as per the Tomsk SOS. And we talk about Tomsk, Russia, as the place that they have the SOS, as the Space Observing System. And it's in Siberia. All right. And I have done videos on explaining where Tomsk is relative to things, and I've shown you on the map. All right, so between 14 to 18 UTC, which is right here, there's an interesting glitch where it appears as if the curtain is pulled back to reveal a clear picture of the harmonics, as well as some dedicated frequency lines of 16.7, of 9, of 6, of 5, 2.5, etc. hertz, which are cycles per second. And I will do a close-up. I'll get us out of this, and I'm going to do a close-up of what I'm talking about there when I'm done reading the caption here. A thin line, either vertical or horizontal, on the Schumann resonance spectrograph generally indicates a local source. And in the background is my housemate getting home. So a thin line generally indicates a local source, which is a spike or a thin line in the vertical or the upright position indicates a burst of amplitude, which is the electric side of the Schumann energy spectrum, which is, theoretically, lightning discharge from the ionosphere to the surface of the Earth, which is a momentary strike of a tiny duration, which means essentially amplitude has no frequency, as it moves faster than the clock can detect or it records. So there can be 20 or 30 lightning strikes within a second. So the amplitude, the upright, the amplitude, and these are the uprights here, are not a product of frequency. These uprights are not a frequency because frequency develops over time as per seconds. Cycles per second is a hertz. Okay. The thin line going horizontally, such as a broken line at 16.7, you can barely see it there, represents us with a dedicated frequency. The horizontal bands are the quality or magnetics content of the Schumann energy spectra. Tight, thin lines indicate a dedicated frequency or a local source and not global resonances. Global resonances are relatively hefty or thick bands. This is a wave formation which has bounced around the globe, coming back upon itself to interfere or stack up upon itself. And that's what they call it. That's what a standing wave is it's stacked up upon itself at the harmonic frequencies. I'm not certain what the vertical stripes are as appearing in the new spectro, but I do know that they have been obscuring or confusing data. They have been obscuring or confusing data since they arrived. The fact of this little glitch shows that a clearer signal is potentially possible. I'm guessing, I'm hoping, I'm believing. I'm, as in all things, these all matters, I'm asking my spirit guides for clarification on the meaning of the vertical stripes, which are causing the Schumann plots to start taking on the qualities of a tapestry, specifically a tartan or a plaid. All right, so zoom in here, zoom in. All right, this should be good. All right, so. All right. So where I had talked about this, zoom in some more. I hear you. All right. So right here. Now, what's interesting about these is they're not all, they're not all in the same place. They kind of, I doubt these were something that were present before that data blackout, the wonky data, and then the blackout period where we are presuming that they did a hardware swap out of something. And when we look at these, it very clearly looks like they're machine made, the machine origin. So anyway, so this, but what is the purpose of it? What are they doing? How is it there? Why is it there? What is it doing? I don't know. These are questions I'm looking into. So I don't know. All right. Now, what I do want to point out are these frequency lines, the dedicated frequency lines. All right. So I almost know this by heart just by looking at it. So we have our standard resonance, our Schumann resonance here, this guy here, of 7.8. Okay. Now you notice it's not dark green, as one would expect, the 4, mode 4. And these are aqua, they're teal color, which are its own thing. That means it's a lighter, it's not the aqua and teal on the dark blue background, it's basically from white and yellow. That's how you're getting these aquas and tan colors. All right. Now, frequency we have here, okay, so you all know, we have this one here, this the dedicated frequency is 16.7, all right? The literature I saw in a few places, it points out specifically 16.7, 16 and 2/3 actually, or 16.7, which is half of, let me say this, it's half of this 33. You don't really see, yeah, here you go. You can kind of see that there. See how it ends there flat? Nice. You can see that there. That's sort of flat, So 33, approximately 33, is double that. And these harmonics work that way. That there is a frequency and then it's doubled or tripled or whatever, however it is. Or in this case, it's separated by sixths. The harmonics are separated by 6.6 hertz frequencies. All right. So I've made the postulate that these are local origin, and this whoop here was something that pointed out. It's Wages World had pointed it out, and I saw that, and shift in frequency somehow. What is, where is this harmonic coming from? This dedicated frequency. I know this is a harmonic. This is a standard harmonic.